Hey, what's good, YouTube fam? Get ready to strap in for a story so wild, so absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to keep you glued to your screen for the next hour. Imagine this. Your girlfriend calls you broke, trashes your dreams, and sneaks around with a flashy executive who thinks he's king of the world. Sounds like a gut punch, doesn't it? But what if you took her cruelest insult and turned it into the most epic revenge ever? My name's James Harrison, a software developer from Seattle, and this is a true story of how I bought my ex's dream house and kicked her out. Names are changed for legal reasons. So smash that subscribe button, grab a drink, maybe some snacks, and let's dive into this roller coaster. You're not ready for what's coming. Let's set the stage. 2 years ago, I'm living in a shoebox apartment in Seattle, the kind of place where the walls are so thin you can hear your neighbor's Netflix binge. It's 2 a.m., and the only light in the room comes from my laptop screen, casting a blue glow across the cheap IKEA furniture that's seen better days. Lines of code flicker in my glasses, my fingers hammering the keyboard like a pianist chasing a symphony. Each keystroke is a step closer to my dream, a dream I've been building in secret for 3 years. This isn't just coding. It's my ticket to a life most people only dream of. My girlfriend, Victoria, was my world back then. She was stunning. Think runway model vibes with piercing green eyes and a smile that could charm anyone. Ambitious, polished, always dressed like she's stepping into a boardroom or a red carpet. When we met at a tech conference 3 years earlier, I was a shy coder with big ideas, and she was a charismatic marketing intern who seemed to believe in me. I thought we were a team, building a future together, marriage, kids, the whole deal. But you know what they say, not everything that shines is gold, and Victoria, she was about to show her true colors in the ugliest way possible. Her voice cuts through the silence like a shard of glass. Seriously, James? You're still messing with your little project. She's leaning in the bedroom doorway, arms crossed, her silhouette framed by the dim light from our thrift store lamp. She's wearing silk pajamas, deep burgundy, probably cost more than my monthly rent, that she bought with a credit card I pretend not to know about. Her dark hair falls in perfect waves, her makeup somehow still flawless at this ungodly hour. That's Victoria, never caught off guard, always performing for an invisible audience. It's not a game. I mutter, keeping my eyes on the screen, my fingers still typing. The algorithm's almost done. Just need to tweak this section. She laughs, sharp and mocking. Oh, please, James. You've been tweaking for years. Meanwhile, my co-worker Mark just closed a multi-million-dollar deal at the office. Do you know what he drives? A Mercedes-AMG, sleek, black, the kind of car that turns heads. And you, she gestures at me, her manicured nails catching the light. You're still puttering around in that rusty Honda Civic that's older than our relationship. It's embarrassing. Her words hit like a slap, but I swallow my anger, focusing on the code. Victoria's always been like this, pushing, prodding, comparing me to her high-flying colleagues. But tonight, there's an edge to her voice, something colder, more deliberate. Here's the thing she doesn't know, the secret I've kept locked away. Every broke choice I make is a calculated move. The beat-up Civic that barely starts on cold mornings, I bought it for $3,000 to free up cash. The IKEA furniture she calls trashy, a fraction of what I could afford. This cramped apartment with its peeling paint and creaky floors, a deliberate choice to live way below my means. I'm not struggling. I'm a ghost, funneling every penny into my AI-driven investment platform, a project that's about to turn the financial world upside down. While Victoria sees a loser hunched over a laptop, I'm sitting on a fortune, biding my time. I thought I'd surprise her with it all. The mansion she dreams of, the luxury she craves, a proposal to seal our future. But I need her to underestimate me just a little longer. So, what happens when the woman you love starts plotting behind your back with a guy who thinks he's untouchable? Stick around, because this story is about to get insane. Hit that like button if you're already feeling the tension, and let's keep going. The next morning, Victoria glides out for work, her Chanel heels clicking on the hardwood floor like a metronome. She's draped in a new designer outfit. Tailored blazer, silk blouse, pencil skirt, all in shades of ivory that scream wealth. Her perfume lingers, a heavy floral scent that clings to the air, mixing with the aroma of the overpriced coffee she insists we can't live without. She's left the coffee maker on. As usual, the machine hissing like it's annoyed with me too. I wait exactly 30 minutes, long enough to be sure she's gone, then grab my phone and call Mike, my best friend since our college days at MIT. He's an IT security genius, the kind of guy who can hack into anything and make it look like a walk in the park. Got anything new? I ask, keeping my voice low, even though I'm alone. His chuckle is all I need to hear. Oh, buddy, you're going to want to see this. Emails dropping in 5. While I wait, I pull up my banking app, not the decoy checking account Victoria occasionally snoops through, the one with a measly $2,000 balance to keep up appearances. No, I'm talking about the real accounts, the ones buried behind layers of encryption. 3 years of living like a broke grad student while pulling six-figure remote contracts have built a war chest. Investment portfolio stuff with blue-chip stocks, crypto wallets loaded with Bitcoin and Ethereum from when they were cheap, a savings account with a balance that'd make Victoria's head spin. I'm not just comfortable, I'm loaded, and I've been playing the long game, hiding my wealth in plain sight, to keep her fooled. Mike's email lands like a thunderbolt. The subject line reads, "You're not going to like this." I open it, and my screen fills with photos that make my chest tighten. It's Victoria, but not with her team, like she's been claiming during her late nights at the office. She's with Mark Anderson, the slick VP she can't stop name-dropping, the guy she's been holding up as a gold standard of success. In the first photo, they're at Lou Cirque, Seattle's swankiest restaurant, candlelight flickering across their table, his hands possessively on her lower back, and she's wearing a slinky black dress I've never seen. Definitely not from the closet we share. More images flood in. The two of them at rooftop bars, laughing over champagne. Victoria sliding into Mark's gleaming black Mercedes MG. Mark holding open the door of a high-end jeweler while she beams, her arm looped through his. Each photo's timestamp matches her excuses. Late meetings, emergency team dinners, client presentations. My phone buzzes with a text from her. Working late tonight. Don't wait up. Face blowing a kiss, my grip tightens on the phone, but I keep my cool. This isn't the moment to lose it. Not yet. Then an email from a tech giant hits my inbox, and it's a total game changer. Want to know what they offered? Don't touch that screen. This is about to get wild. I open the email, and my heart skips a beat. It's from Nexus Technologies, one of the biggest players in Silicon Valley, and they're interested in acquiring my app. Their initial offer? $60 million, with performance bonuses that could push it well over $80 million. I lean back in my chair, the weight of it sinking in like a tidal wave. This is the kind of money that buys private islands, not just fancy cars. The irony's almost too perfect. Victoria's been mocking my little project, while I'm fielding offers that'd make her precious Mark look like a small-time hustler. I take a deep breath, steadying myself. This is my moment, but I need to play it smart. That afternoon, I checked the security feed Mike hacked into Mark's own cameras, installed in his office and car, ironically enough. The footage shows Victoria and Mark touring Highland Park, Seattle's most exclusive neighborhood, where mansions start at 7 figures and go up from there. They're standing in front of $4.2 million architectural masterpiece, modern, all glass and steel, with floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the Puget Sound that takes your breath away. It's the same house Victoria pointed out during our Sunday drives, her voice dripping with longing. "That's what success looks like, James," she'd said, her eyes practically sparkling. "That's what ambition gets you." In the hacked footage, she wraps her arms around Mark's neck, kissing him deeply. "Promise me we'll live here," she purrs, her voice soft but greedy, oblivious of the camera's recording every word. My stomach twists, a mix of betrayal and fury, but I channel it into resolve. This isn't just personal anymore. It's war, and I'm playing to win. That evening, I staged the perfect scene to keep Victoria fooled. When she gets home at 9 p.m., I'm slumped at our wobbly kitchen table, slurping instant ramen noodles from a chip bowl, surrounded by empty takeout containers and crumpled Red Bull cans. It's all part of the broke coda facade I've been crafting for years. She wrinkles her nose, her designer bag, a new Gucci, I note, hitting our thrift store coffee table with a thud. "God, James, You're a software developer, not a frat boy. Can't you at least pretend to be an adult? Her voice is laced with disgust, her perfectly manicured nails tapping impatiently. I mumble something about the electric bill. Unpaid on purpose to sell the act. It's humiliating, she snaps, her green eyes flashing. Do you know what people would think if they knew we're behind on bills? Mark says it's shocking I'm living like this. I nod, stirring my noodles deliberately, letting her think she's got me pegged. What she doesn't know is that 3 tech companies are now in a silent bidding war for my app, their offers climbing by the hour. My savings, carefully hidden behind layers of LLCs and offshore accounts, could buy that Highland Park mansion in cash. Twice. But I let her rant, let her dig her own grave. Mark's taking me to look at real properties tomorrow, she continues, tossing her hair. Places where successful people live. Not this. She gestures at our apartment, her lip curling like the place smells bad. I bite back a smile, knowing I'm about to outmaneuver her and Mark in a way they'll never see coming. If Victoria's attitude is making your blood boil, just wait. This is about to get personal. Drop a comment. What would you do if someone you love trashed your dreams like this? Let's keep rolling. Later that night, while Victoria sleeps in our lumpy double bed, Mike sends an audio file from Mark's office, recorded after hours when they thought they were alone. Just a few more weeks, baby, Mark says, his voice dripping with smug confidence. Once we get Harrison out of the picture, I'll show you what real wealth looks like. Victoria's giggle makes my skin crawl, a sound I used to love now twisted into something cruel. He's so clueless, slaving away on his little app, thinking he'll be the next tech billionaire, she says, her tone mocking. It's pathetic. Mark laughs, low and arrogant. Speaking of billions, I put an offer on that Highland Park house this morning. Should hear back by tomorrow. Victoria gasps, her voice giddy. You didn't. Oh, I did, he says, smug as ever. We'll be living there by Christmas, once we ditch your deadweight boyfriend. I close the file, my jaw clenched so tight it hurts. The betrayal burns, but it also sharpens my focus. I dial my realtor, Mrs. Reynolds, a no-nonsense woman I've been working with for months to scout investment properties. It's James Harrison, I say, keeping my voice steady. I want the Highland Park mansion, the one at 1427 Crestview. All cash offer, 15% above asking, immediate closure. Her gasp is audible through the phone. Mr. Harrison, that's incredibly generous. But there's another offer on the table. Make it 20%. I interrupt, my tone firm. Why the deposit tonight? I want this locked down before sunrise. There's a long pause, and she says, I'll contact the sellers immediately. You'll hear from me soon. While I wait, I dive back into my app, polishing the final lines of code. The algorithms are a masterpiece, capable of analyzing financial markets with precision that's drawn the attention of every major tech firm in the country. My phone buzzes. Victoria, big presentation tomorrow. Staying late with Mark. I smirk, knowing Mike uncovered a hotel reservation under Mark's name for tonight at the Four Seasons, the same hotel where I've scheduled my final investor meeting tomorrow morning. The stars are aligning, and Victoria is about to walk into a trap she can't escape. Mrs. Reynolds calls back with news that seals the deal. But what's Victoria doing at that hotel with Mark? You're not ready for this twist. Keep watching, because this is about to explode. Mrs. Reynolds confirms the sellers accepted my offer. The Highland Park mansion is mine, hidden under an LLC to keep my name out of records. The tech company pushes for an urgent meeting, sensing rival bids from competitors. At midnight, Mike sends a bombshell video. Victoria and Mark in his office after hours, the Seattle skyline glittering to the window behind them. They're scrolling through real estate listings on his computer, Victoria's hand resting on his arm. Once we get Highland Park, Mark says, leaning back in his leather chair, we can stop pretending. Poor James won't know what hit him. Victoria's laugh is cruel, a sound that cuts deeper than her words. He actually thinks his app's his ticket out. It's almost sad, Mark. He's so small. Mark pulls out a small velvet box, revealing a sparkling diamond bracelet. For our future home, he says, fastening it around her wrist. She beams, her eyes gleaming with greed. What if James sees? She asks, a hint of worry in her voice. Tell him it's a cheap knockoff. Mark sneers, his lips curling. He'd never know the difference. I close the video. My desk a staged mess of energy drink cans, crumpled takeout boxes, and sticky notes. Props in my carefully crafted image of a struggling coder. My app's final test runs flawlessly, processing millions of calculations per second. Its algorithms predicting market trends with eerie accuracy. 3 years of grinding, disguised as a pipe dream, are about to pay off in a way Victoria could never imagine. The tech company's final offer lands. $75 million, with performance bonuses that could push past $100 million. I glance at the clock, 2:47 a.m. Victoria's due back soon, reeking of Mark's expensive cologne. Right on cue, her key scrapes in the lock, and I hear her heels clicking unsteadily. She's tipsy, no doubt from the wine they shared. I switch my screen to fake, glitchy code, slumping in my chair like a man defeated by his own dreams. Still up? She slurs, her voice heavy with alcohol and arrogance. Her Gucci bag hits the floor, and she sways slightly, her silk blouse slightly untucked. Just debugging. I mumble, playing the part to perfection. How was presentation prep? Productive, she says, avoiding my eyes, her fingers brushing her new bracelet absent-mindedly. Mark thinks. I cut her off, my voice tired but pointed. Mark thinks I should get a real job? She sighs dramatically, tossing her hair. Well, if the shoe fits, James. God, when was the last time you took me somewhere nice? When was the last time you bought me anything that wasn't from a clearance rack? As she storms off to shower, probably to wash away Mark's scent, I send 2 emails that set the final pieces in motion. To my lawyers, proceed with Plan A immediately, and to the tech company, offer accepted. Close next week. Absolute confidentiality. The shower runs, and Victoria has no idea her world's about to implode. Want to see how I pulled off the ultimate chess move? Hit subscribe and let's dive into the chaos. Things are about to get juicy. The next 7 days are a slow burn, and I'm savoring every moment. Victoria's lies pile up like a house of cards ready to collapse. She texts about team dinners that are really candlelit dates with Mark at 5-star restaurants. Late meetings that end in hotel suites with room service champagne. Emergency presentations that don't exist. I keep up my broke coder act. Messy hair. Stained t-shirts. A growing pile of Red Bull cans and pizza boxes on the counter. Monday, I meet the tech company CEO, Thomas Chun, at the Four Seasons, deliberately chosen because it's across town from Victoria's usual haunts. The private conference room smells of polished mahogany and fresh coffee. The kind of place where billion-dollar deals are made. 5 executives sit across from me, their tailored suits and sharp gazes sizing me up. Your algorithm's revolutionary, Mr. Harrison. Chin says, sliding a contract across the table. $75 million, with bonuses up to $100. We can close by Friday, but we need absolute secrecy. Rumors are already circulating. I nod, my phone buzzing. Victoria. Power bill late again? You're embarrassing me. Faced with rolling eyes, I grin. Let her think I'm drowning in failure. Tuesday, I take a detour past Highland Park on my way back from a lawyer's meeting. The mansion's pending sign glints in the morning sun, and I can't help but smile. Victoria has no clue I outbid Mark by a landslide. The house is everything she's ever wanted. Sleek lines, a rooftop deck, a view of the Puget Sound that feels like you're floating above the city. I can still hear her voice from our drives, dreamy and wistful. That's where successful people live, James. Not in dumps like ours. Back at the apartment. She comes home at 8 p.m., wearing a new Gucci dress that shimmers under the cheap fluorescent lights. It's another gift from Mark, no doubt, the price tag conveniently missing. James, we need to talk, she says, perching on our sagging sofa like it might contaminate her. This life? It's not enough for me. Mark's shown me what real success looks like. He just closed a $20 million deal. Do you even know what that means? I nod, my eyes on my laptop, thinking of the $75 million contract sitting in my inbox. That's nice, I say, my voice flat. She snaps, her voice rising. Nice? You're stuck here. chugging energy drinks, wasting your life on that stupid app that's never going anywhere. Mark says our apartment's a disgrace, that I deserve better. He's taking me to look at real properties tomorrow, places like Highland Park. I play dumb, tilting my head. That house you love? The one with the big windows. Her eyes light up for a split second, then narrow with suspicion. Yeah, Mark knows real estate, unlike some people who think coding in their pajamas is a career. I catch a glint under her sleeve, the diamond bracelet from Mark's office video. My phone buzzes silently. The house closing is finalized. I'm the owner, and she's completely in the dark. My phone buzzes again with an update that changes everything. But what's Victoria hiding about her team dinner tonight? Don't go anywhere, because this is about to get intense. Wednesday, Victoria's lies get reckless. She texts, staying at Jessica's tonight, too tired to come home. But Jessica, her supposed best friend, is posting Instagram stories from a beach in Bali, all sunsets and cocktails. Mike's footage shows Victoria at Mark's favorite restaurant, La Belle Epoque, a place where the cheapest entree costs more than my monthly car payment. They're clinking champagne glasses, her laughter loud enough to pick up on the restaurant's ambient microphones. She's wearing a new dress, emerald green, probably another gift, and Mark's hand rests on her thigh under the table. I watch the footage on my laptop, my jaw tight, but I stay focused. Every lie she tells is another nail in her coffin. Thursday. She comes home late, her eyes dull with something new. Disappointment. I catch her muttering to herself about some tech investor who outbid Mark on the Highland Park house. She doesn't know it's me, and the irony is delicious. I stir my instant noodle for effect, the steam rising in lazy curls, and ask casually, "Rough day?" She snaps. "You wouldn't understand, James. Mark's dealing with real problems, not your fake coding nonsense." I nod, hiding a smirk. My phone buzzes. The tech company's raised their offer to $82 million, spooked by rumors of a rival bid. Everything's falling into place. Friday morning, the stage is set. The tech deal is locked in at $82 million. The house is mine, the deed safely tucked away under my LLC. Mike sends a final video. Victoria in Mark's office, laughing over real estate listings. "Poor James," she says, her voice dripping with scorn. "He'll never know what hit him. His app's a joke. Mark says it'll crash and burn like all his dreams." Mark grins, leaning back in his chair. Once we're in Highland Park, he'll be a distant memory. I lean back in my chair, my heart pounding with anticipation. It's time for the showdown, and I'm ready to flip the board. Ready for the moment Victoria's world collapses? This is where it gets juicy. Share this video with a friend who loves a good plot twist. And let's see how this plays out. That afternoon, Victoria sits me down at our rickety kitchen table, her red lipstick perfect, her tone dripping with pity. She's wearing a tailored blazer and skirt, her hair pulled into a sleek bun. She looks like she's about to deliver a corporate presentation, not end our relationship. "James, this isn't working," she says, folding her hands like she's practiced this. This life, it's suffocating. I need more. Success, ambition, a future. I need Highland Park, not this dump. She gestures at the peeling wallpaper, the mismatched furniture, her lip curling in disgust. "Mark's shown me what I deserve, and you're not it." I lean back, crossing my arms, and turn my laptop toward her. The screen displays the acquisition agreement from Nexus Technologies, the numbers bold and unmistakable. 82 million, I say calmly. "My little app did all right, don't you think?" Her face drains a color, her green eyes wide with shock. "You're lying," she whispers, her voice trembling. This is some kind of trick. I click to a new tab, pulling up Mike's photos. Every candle at dinner, every hotel rendezvous, every stolen kiss with Mark. "Security cameras are everywhere, Victoria." I say, my voice steady. "You really should have been more careful." Her hands shake as she grips the table. "You've been spying on me?" "No." I correct, leaning forward. "You've been careless." Every lie, every team dinner, every cruel laugh behind my back. It's all documented. I play an audio clip, her voice filling the room. "James is pathetic. His app's a joke. Mark says it'll crash and burn. Her mascara starts to run, tears pooling in her eyes as I pull up the house deed. Harrison Technologies, LLC, I say, pointing to the document. My company, my house, your dream home, bought with a success you said I'd never have. Her phone rings, shattering the silence. Mark, his name flashing on the screen. I pick it up and put it on speaker before she can stop me. Harrison, we need to talk, he barks, his voice laced with panic. Jennifer has photos. She knows everything. Victoria's face goes ashen, her breath coming in shallow gasps. I smile, leaning closer to the phone. Maybe ask Victoria about security cameras next time you have one of your team meetings. Mark. Her phone lights up again. Jennifer Anderson, Mark's wife, calling. Oh, Jennifer and I had quite the chat this morning. I say, watching Victoria shrink into her chair. She loved the boardroom footage. Corporate ethics violations? That's ground for immediate termination at your firm. Victoria's voice is barely a whisper. James, please. I can explain. Explain what? I cut her off, my tone cold. How you mocked me for years. How you cheated with a married man. How you plotted to leave me for a house you thought he could buy. I stand, gathering my laptop. Our lease ends tomorrow. I've already moved my things. Good luck finding a place to live. Her phone buzzes. A news alert from the Seattle Business Journal. Breaking. Local tech startup acquired an $82 million deal. My photo, not the disheveled coder she knows, but a polished version in a tailored suit from last week's signing, fills the screen. Her phone slips from her trembling hands, crashing to the floor. Jennifer's heels echo up the stairs, but I've got one final surprise in an envelope. What's inside, and how will it shatter Victoria's world? You're not ready for this. Keep watching. Jennifer Anderson storms into the apartment. Her elegance a stark contrast to Victoria's crumbling facade. She's in her late 40s, her blonde hair pulled into a tight chignon, her navy suit impeccable. Her eyes are steel as she fixes them on Victoria. Nice to see you in better lighting, Victoria, she says, her voice ice cold. The security cameras didn't quite capture your involvement with my husband. She lays out a leather portfolio, spreading documents across the table. Text messages, hotel receipts, deleted emails proving their affair and Mark's embezzlement to fund it. Victoria's defenses collapse, her sobs muffled as she buries her face in her hands. I open an envelope, pulling out 2 items. The Highland Park house deed, stamped with my LLC's name, and a printed screenshot of Victoria's Pinterest board titled Dream Home with Mark Hartsuit, dated the same day she claimed to be working late. You wanted this house, I say, my voice low, walking toward the door. You planned every detail with him, didn't you? The chandelier, the marble counters, the view. Well, congratulations. You'll see it every day, just not the way you imagined. As I step outside, Jennifer's voice rises, sharp and unrelenting, while Mark's desperate pleading crackles through the phone. Reporters are already gathering across the street, their camera flashes lighting up the dusk like fireflies. I slide into my Civic, still part of the act for now, and drive to Highland Park. The mansion looms ahead, its glass facade glowing against the Seattle skyline like a beacon of victory. Victoria? She'll see this house every day, a towering reminder of her betrayal, her lies, and the success she thought I'd never achieve. Fast forward 1 year, and I'm standing in that same mansion, sipping coffee from a sleek espresso machine in the kitchen Victoria once dreamed of owning. The morning sun streams through floor-to-ceiling windows, painting the Puget Sound in shades of gold. Sarah's beside me, her laughter filling the space as she scrolls through her tablet. Sarah, my partner in every sense, wasn't just a barista Victoria mocked at the coffee shop. She's an MIT-trained AI ethicist who co-developed my app and owns a chain of coffee shops that served as our testing grounds. We moved in together 6 months ago, after admitting what had been building between us long before Victoria's betrayal. The morning news plays on a massive wall-mounted TV, showing familiar footage. Victoria and Mark being led into a federal courthouse, their designer clothes replaced by plain department store outfits, the kind Victoria used to sneer at me for buying. The reporter's voice cuts through, In one of Seattle's most significant corporate fraud cases, former executive Mark Anderson has been sentenced to 12 years in federal prison, while his co-conspirator, Victoria Adams, faces 8 years for her role in what prosecutors called an elaborate scheme of corporate fraud and deception. The cameras catch Victoria's face as the gavel falls. Gone are the perfect makeup and smug confidence, replaced by a hollow, defeated expression. Mark, in a separate facility, looks equally broken, his once polished image shattered. Sarah mutes the TV, turning to me with a grin. Your app didn't just catch them, James. It's changed the entire corporate security landscape. She's right. In the years since their arrest, my little app, now called the Victoria Protocols, has become the gold standard in fraud detection, implemented by banks, corporations, and even governments worldwide. It's not just an investment platform. It's a pattern recognition AI that tracks financial irregularities, unauthorized access, and behavioral anomalies, catching schemes like Victoria and Mark's before they can take root. My phone buzzes with a message from Jennifer Anderson. Turning on CNN now. You might want to see this. I activate the house's smart system, and a massive screen descends from the ceiling, showing the same courthouse footage. The reporter continues. The investigation, sparked by revolutionary AI technology developed by Harrison Technologies, uncovered millions in embezzled funds, falsified expense reports, and insider trading attempts. Sarah pulls up a news article on her tablet. Check this out, she says. They're turning Mark's old office building into our new tech campus. The same corner office where they plotted their fraud? It's your conference room now. Through the floor-to-ceiling windows, I can see Victoria's parents' house across the bay, a modest split level that's become her temporary home during her trial. Every morning, like clockwork, her mother draws the curtains, trying to block the view of our mansion, a constant reminder of her daughter's disgrace. Sarah laughs, scrolling through more headlines. Remember that coffee shop where Victoria used to meet Mark? Where she'd mock me for being just a barista while plotting her perfect life. I nod, the memory bitter but satisfying. It's officially our AI research lab now, she says. The same tables where they planned their fraud are hosting developers working on next-gen fraud prevention. My phone buzzes again, Jennifer. Mark's appeal was denied. He's trying to write a book claiming Victoria manipulated him. No publishers are biting. I smile, sipping my coffee, the expensive kind Victoria always insisted on. You know what's truly poetic? Sarah says, her eyes gleaming. Victoria's old designer wardrobe, all those clothes she bought with stolen money, was auctioned off to pay restitution. Guess who bought her favorite Chanel bag? Jennifer? I guess. Yup, Sarah confirms. She donated it to the Corporate Fraud Museum downtown. It's displayed next to the AI interface that caught them, with a plaque reading the cost agreed. The house's smart system chimes with another news alert. Victoria's latest prison interview request has been denied. Her commissary account statements came in, Sarah adds, checking her tablet. Quite a change from her designer shopping sprees. Apparently, prison jumpsuits don't come in Chanel. I adjust the house's lighting to the exact setting Victoria once described in a magazine, dreamy and wistful. Soft, warm, perfect for romantic evenings. Now it illuminates our success, not our failure. There's more, Sarah says, her smile widening. Those charity boards Victoria sat on, the ones she used to network with Seattle's elite, they've all renamed their ethics committees after her case. The Victoria rule mandates AI screening for all financial transactions. Her names become synonymous with corporate fraud detection. Through the security feeds, we catch a familiar car driving slowly past our house. Victoria's sister, probably giving another tour to curious friends. There's my disgraced sister's dream house. We caught her saying last week on our exterior microphones. The one she tried to steal. My phone lights up with a message from our realtor. Jennifer just bought Mark C's country club membership at auction. She's turning it into a corporate ethics retreat center. Sarah pulls up the details. The first retreat's theme? From fraud to future. Understanding the Victoria protocols. They're using actual surveillance footage of Victoria and Mark plotting in his office as a case study. I laugh. The irony almost too perfect. The house's AI flags another alert. Victoria's old assistant, the one she tried to implicate in the fraud, is walking up our driveway. She's now one of our top corporate trainers, teaching companies how to spot the warning signs she saw while working under Victoria. Perfect timing. I say, pressing the intercom. She's here to film a testimonial for the SEC's new fraud prevention program. The morning news plays quietly, showing Victoria's former luxury condo being converted into a cybersecurity office. The same space where she planned her future with Mark is now a hub for preventing others from following their path. You know what's truly perfect? Sarah muses, watching the sunrise reflect off the water. Every single thing they mocked us for has become their legacy, just not the way they planned. The house's smart system alerts us to a tour bus passing by, part of Seattle's new corporate crime and innovation tour. Our mansion's a highlight, the guide's voice carrying through our exterior sensors. And here we have the ultimate symbol of justice through innovation, where a corrupt executive's dream house became the headquarters of the technology that exposed him. My phone buzzes with prison system update. Victoria's manuscript, misunderstood, the real story, was rejected by every publisher, one noting, the AI logs tell a very different truth. The final touch, I say, activating the house's exterior lighting system. The exact design Victoria planned with Mark, all warm golds and soft whites. Every night, these lights come on, visible from her prison exercise yard. A reminder that success built on lies never lasts. Sarah smiles, her hand resting on her engagement ring, bought not with stolen money but with honest success. Should we tell them what we're naming the AI's next version? She asks, her eyes twinkling. The Victoria 2.0. I reply, because every fraud detection system deserves a name as iconic as its perfect case study. Through the windows, we see construction cranes rising at the site of Mark's old office building, now our tech campus. The place where he plotted our downfall will house hundreds of developers working on algorithms to protect the world from people like him. One last bit of news, Sarah says, checking her tablet. That charity foundation Victoria chaired, the one she used to embezzle funds from, they renamed their annual ethics award the Harrison Innovation Prize for Corporate Integrity. First recipient, Jennifer Anderson, for her work in fraud prevention. The morning sun climbs higher, bathing our home, our honestly earned home, in the golden light Victoria once dreamed of basking in. Instead, she's watching sunrise through prison bars, while Mark, in a different facility, is probably still trying to convince anyone who'll listen that it was all her idea. Ready for the Architectural Digest shoot tomorrow? Sarah asks, straightening my collar. They want to feature the house in their innovation and integrity issue. I nod, activating the house's full automation system. Every feature Victoria coveted comes to life. The perfect lighting, the ideal temperature, soft music flowing through hidden speakers, all controlled by the technology she mocked. As if on cue, our security system shows an alert. Victoria's prison transport passing by our house on its way to the federal facility. Through the cameras, we see her face in the barred window, looking up at the mansion that could have been hers. Perfect timing, Sarah says, adjusting the AI display for the magazine shoot. Should we tell them the full story? How their power couple dreams became a cautionary tale taught in every business school. I take her hand, feeling the weight of her ring. Let the house tell the story. Every light, every room, every feature they plan to steal now stands as a monument to legitimate achievement. The Architectural Digest crew arrives, their cameras ready to capture not just a house, but a testament to karma served through technology. Above the main entrance, the subtle glow of our company logo shines. Harrison Chin Technologies, building success through innovation, not deception. It's the perfect ending to a story Victoria never thought I'd write. If this story blew your mind, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what's your ultimate revenge fantasy? Share this with a friend who loves a good comeback story. Thanks for riding this epic roller coaster with me. Fam, drop a comment, share this video, and hit the bell for more stories that'll keep you up at night. Peace out.